Hi,
It's us.
everybody.
It's us again.
Again,
Here we are.
we never stop.
We never stop. We're constantly critiquing music.
24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
It's all we do.
All music, all the time.
It's not all we do.
Well,
It might be slightly exaggerating.
if I've told you once, I've told you a million times. I never exaggerate.
So, in a previous session, I mentioned trying to find some songs from the 90s that you might actually like. Because you've commented that there are no good songs since the 70s, I think you said, with some exceptions for the 80s. There's a handful in the 80s that sneak in there. I think there's actually more music that you like beyond that maybe you're just haven't been exposed to or don't know.
If I went through my list and checked out when every song came out, there's probably some that would be 80s and even 90s, maybe even later, but they're not real common in my list.
Fair enough. And I think there are some that you would enjoy and some that are surprising. And so that's what I wanted to kind of share today. This is one I just came across recently. It wasn't one that I heard in the 90s or even up until recently. Somehow it just snuck into one of my, playlists or something. And I was like, oh, I like this. And actually, I thought it was older. I thought it was from the 70s or something.
Ah.
And then, at some point looked it up and was like, oh, this is from the 90s. It actually surprised me. And even the name of the band is like, it sounded to me like a 70s band. So the name of the band is Grant Lee Buffalo.
Don't think I've heard that.
Doesn't it sound like maybe I was thinking like Buffalo Springfield or something, right? Like
Grant Lee. Huh. I wonder if that has anything to do with Ulysses Grant and Robert E. Lee. But they didn't like hunt buffalo or anything, so I don't know if that would have any connection. That's one way to get me to check out a 90s song, is disguise it as a 70s song.
Right. Well, and I shouldn't have said that because, right away you'll sort of like also recognize aspects that maybe aren't 70s-ish, but it's an interesting song. And this one is called, I think it's Mockingbird or Mockingbirds. Mockingbirds. And I would show you the video, but actually I think that would detract from the song because I watched the video and it's pretty bizarre. Like bizarre to the point that it's distracting. So it's better, I think, in this case to just listen to the music.
All right. What's the title of it again?
Mockingbirds.
Mockingbird.
Birds, plural. There's more than one of them.
Mockingbird. I'm going.
Nope, not that one.
Oh,
Different Mockingbird.
okay.
All right. Are you ready for it?
I'm ready.
All right, here we go. It's happening.
Devastation at last, finally we meet. After all of these years out here on the street, I had a feeling you would make yourself known. You came along just to claim your place on the throne. Now I've been overthrown. And I thought if I do the right lines, but these mocking birds won't let me shine. was left open wide. You brought me into your heart, then you swallowed my pride. I had a feeling you were hiding your thoughts. I'm making a note to myself, I nearly forgot. Now I'm overall, I'm overawed. And I thought if I took the right lines with these mockingbirds won't let me shine. And I thought if I took the right lines with these mockingbirds won't let me shine. One day this ground will break and open up for me. I hope it will. I hope it will. Salutations at last, down on my knees. I heard the bugle this morn blast reveille. Woke from a dream where I was in a terrible realm. All my sails were ablaze, I was chained to the helm. Now I'm overwhelmed, I'm overwhelmed. And I thought if I took the right lines, but these mockingbirds won't let me shine. And I thought if I took the right lines, but these mockingbirds won't let me shine. And I thought if I took the right lines, but these mockingbirds won't let me shine. And I thought if I took the right lines, but these mockingbirds won't let me shine. And I thought if I took the right lines, but these mockingbirds won't let me
Well, there you go. A nice, mellow, peaceful song.
So yeah, I was kind of telling you that, like most of the music I'm listening to these days is more like that. Kind of mellow, nice, mellow, chill, peaceful, pleasant.
There's a place for mellow and peaceful music.
And this isn't it.
Yeah. I mean, it's all right. I don't dislike it, but there's nothing in it that just really grabs me. I will listen to it again and see if it grabs me anymore. From one day to the next, the same song might sound completely different.
Yeah, I think for me, there's sort of a sweetness to it that I like. if that's the right word. There's a little bit of a sort of a melancholy kind of a sweetness in it that I enjoy. And in fact, I see that in a lot of the music I like. But would you agree that it's got a little bit of a 70s kind of vibe to aspects of it? No?
Um, if I had heard it completely on its own with no introduction or whatever, I don't think I would put it in a 70s mode comparison.
I mean, it doesn't kind of fit anywhere for me, right? That it's like, at least what I think of is like 90s, like that doesn't fit in like a 90s, you know.
It could fit in almost any era.
And I like songs that do that too, where I'll hear it and I was like, oh, this is interesting. Like this is, I don't know where this comes from, right? Like, you know. Okay, so probably not going to make the list, but you'll give it another shot.
I'm gonna give it. I'm gonna give it a 5.
Ooh,
Right in the middle. I will probably put it in the library so that I can hear it again when it pops up. And, sometimes it's weeks in between when I hear a song over again. But I'll put it in there, and next time it comes up, I'll pay attention and we'll see if it improves or gets kicked off the list.
probably depends on if you're in a melancholy, sweet mood when it comes back on.
That would make a difference, probably. Yeah, yeah. What do you give it?
I would probably give that an 8.
Wow.
So, but it's interesting because as I was playing it and listening to it, in this context, right? Because like, when I play it normally, it's like I'm at home or whatever, right? Or, and listening in this context, I was like, oh, you know what? I hear some similarities to Jeff Buckley. And I was like, oh, that's interesting. Like, not like their voices are the same or whatever, but it's like they feel like they belong in the same box or something, right? And it's like, okay, that's interesting because I like Jeff Buckley a lot and you don't particularly care for Jeff Buckley. And it's like, okay, it's one of those things, man.
Yeah.
It's okay. It's all right.
It's worth a listen.
We can have different opinions and still be friendly.
That's right. That's right.
Unlike most of the world.
Absolutely.
You don't have to like all of my music.
I won't show up outside your door with protest signs or
Good. Yeah, that would be weird. Although it would be funny.
It would. You'd be very surprised, wouldn't you? Look out your window one day and I'm out there carrying a protest sign.
Yeah. With Grantley Buffalo with a big circle and a line through it.
Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah. All right, cool. Well, learning more. Okay. So I'm not going to call that a failure. I think it was I think it produced more information. And that's what's valuable, right?
There you go.
There we go. That's the positive attitude. That's the way to think about these things. Did you learn something? Then
we're making progress.
Did you learn something about yourself?
Something deep.
Something, right. No, I didn't learn anything about myself, but
that opened up a whole new window of understanding.
Yeah.
I'll do that later.
Right. Yeah. All right. Excellent. All right. Well, thanks guys for joining us. And As always, let us know what you think. We like your ideas. Dad actually listens to your ideas at some point. I would like to, but that's his job. So
And I resisted my temptation to bring up any stories about Ulysses Grant or Robert E. Lee.
wow. Wow. I bet that took a lot of self-control.
It did. It did. I'm a big fan of the Civil War and history and those guys. So, that's a whole different set of videos.
Yeah. Yeah. That's a set of videos you might have to do with somebody else.
Yeah, good point.
Yeah. Not my strong suit. All right, cool. Well, as always, thanks guys. And final words, Dad?
Keep the cards and letters coming.
Keep the cards and letters coming. All right.
And don't be afraid to send cash.
And don't be afraid to say okay. All right. Peace out.
All right, bye.